Now, Lord, we want to have the same heart as you. We want to be givers. We want to imitate you. So, whatever it takes, God, to remove in us anything that's blocking that, we ask that you take it right now. We ask also, Lord, that in expectation to bless our offering, our tithes and our offerings to you. If you agree with me, church, you say, Amen. I'm going to switch mics over here. You know, we're gonna dismiss the children today. And I want to say we're going to dismiss them to Miguel and Mary. And this is Mary's first time in the kids. She's going to get trained. All right, Mary! So God bless her today because she's in for a whole new world. You know, like, whole new world. Like a Verizon commercial, right? How many of you came in here this morning and you have a dad? You didn't get in here without one, so that's everybody, right? Everybody's got a dad somehow, some way, whether he's in your life or not. I want to be sensitive to the fact this morning that I recognize not everybody has a great relationship with their dad. That's true, right? But the good news is that we do have a good Father. If you're in Christ, you have a good Father. Because if you have a relationship through Jesus to the Father, you have a good Father. So whatever your dad has been like, just know that he's the best Father. I asked one of the guys this week that I was meeting with, I said, who's the best dad that you know of? And he told me, he said, well, my dad was okay. He was a pretty good dad. And he got to thinking a little bit more, and he's like, well, wait a minute. God's like the best dad there is. And I'm like, absolutely, he sure is. That's the way we need to think, that he is the best dad. He's the best example. So just because your dad wasn't the greatest example doesn't mean that he's not trying, or he hasn't tried. Or, you know, I look at this thing and I look back and I know that God's filled with love and he's also filled with compassion. And I think back to how both of my dads grew up, and neither one of them had good examples of who a dad is. Neither one of them knew at that time who Jesus was. And it's not an excuse for them, but it's really a reality of if you don't know, you don't know.
That's right.
And you're just going with the best that you got.
That's right.
Right? And so I just want to take this morning to just kind of set that stuff aside. So whatever emotions may be stirring inside of you right now because of what you had or what you didn't have or what you experienced, just set it aside and let's talk about our good Father, God. Amen? Amen? But before we do that, I want to invite all the dads up here. Even the rad dad. See the rad dad over here? You can't miss that thing. That's like a 5-foot wide sign right there. It's on the biggest dad in the house. By the way, if you work out at Gold's Gym, raise your hand. Look at this, look at this, look at this. See that? Gold's Gym is taking over. And that's another sign. If you mess with me, I got people. We're planted. They're rooted and planted in the house of the Lord. When you come at me, you will flourish with fisticuffs. I'm so stoked to see people from the gym here, man. This is so good. Yeah. It's my mission field, man. I love it. God is doing some stuff. So, can you guys just here? Let's move in. Move in. Get tight.
Get close.
You guys are all right. It's all right. Can we get you to move left a little bit now, like 3-4 steps? Let's go through 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. There we go. Never separated. So here's what I want you to do, church. I want you to extend your hands. Drew, come on up. Okay, come on, Dad.
Come on, Andrew. Baby and all.
Look at him. He's like super dad with super kid right there. flying off to the stage. Just send our hands. Let's pray a blessing over these dads today. Yeah? So Father God, we thank you for all the men represented here. The fact that they're in church today says something about who they are. Because most dads are at home, watching a game, being lazy, doing whatever they're doing, not being here in the house of God, being the example to their families like these men are today. So God, I thank you for that. Now God, I just declare a fresh new anointing over every single one of them. Now God, I know that as all of us represented here, me included, maybe didn't have the greatest dad, maybe didn't have the greatest example, but today God, we can step into who you are, and you are the example. So I pray God, that knowledge, that understanding, that wisdom would connect from their brains down to their hearts so it would act out in their lives. I do pray, Lord, just an anointing over them, God, that they would just get everything they need from you so that they can lead their families, their kids, for generations to come, God. That these men would be the pillars in their homes. That they would be the examples to their kids of who you are and what you look like. We declare, God, today a blessing over every man here. And church, if you agree with that, you agree with me. You say? Amen. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, man. Bless you guys. I always get excited when I see dads in church, when I see dads walking down the streets with their kids. Because I know that here, especially here in the inner city, that most dads are absent, and there's a big deal of absenteeism. But you guys are here, and that's super awesome. So take a break. Give yourselves some excitement inside. Celebrate the fact that you're here. You're connecting with God this morning. Amen?
Amen.
Okay. You know, back before Michelle and I started pastoring, I had a radio show, and most of you didn't know that. So now you do. So I had this really wild radio show, and I would have all these celebrities on and all this stuff. And one time I had this what's the girl's name? The Jenny Velasquez. No, what's her name? I'm live too, so that makes it even worse. Anyways, I know, think of it really quick. The Hispanic lady who was from Long Beach, who was very popular and died, Jenny Rivera. Okay? So I had her daughter on my show. Well, she brings this guy with her that I've never seen before. And we're 30 seconds before going on the air. And this kid, I don't know, his nickname was like Snicker or Snoopy or some funky name, right? And he says, oh man, God just downloaded me a word for you. And he says, man, you're going to be a father to many people. And it just hit me like a ton of bricks, like it is right now. And then it was 10, 9, 8, countdown to go live on air. And I'm a mess. I'm crying. Because I'm like, at that time, I didn't think I was a really good dad. And I was just coming out of all of our mess and all that stuff. And then all of a sudden, God gives me this like God shot and says, no, I'm going to give you the ability and the opportunity to be a father to many. And I received that word, and I held on to it, and I had no clue what it meant. Zero. I looked at Michelle, and she's like, don't look at me, bro. We ain't doing this thing. And so, it was about 6 months later is when God called us into ministry and called me to be a pastor. And I understood it, that the word had finally come together with my heart. And I've been able to have the opportunity to shepherd or father and lead a lot of you to the Lord Jesus. And so now I understand it. So it's a big responsibility, but it's also a big blessing and an honor for me. So thank you guys for being a part of that prophetic word. That was really good. So, amen. You know, I know that growing up, I think most of you will connect to this. The biggest thing and the greatest thing you ever wanted to hear from your dad was, I'm proud of you. Right? And maybe some of you didn't hear that. Maybe some of you will never hear that from your earthly dads. It's okay. Because your heavenly Father When we serve Him with our heart, and we get after this thing, at the end of the road, He says this, He says, well done, thou good and faithful servant. Well done, good job, I'm proud of you. He says it. It's in His Word. And I hang on to that. And it was so long, and for so long, I never thought I would hear those words. In fact, the words I thought I would hear were depart from me because I never knew you. And then He flipped the script on me and said, nope, well done. You're doing good. I'm proud of you. Keep going. And so wherever you're at right now, keep going. Keep at it. Keep serving. Some of you are new to this thing. Keep diving in. Keep reaching out. In Matthew 6:33 it says, seek ye first the kingdom of God and all of His righteousness. And then what? All of these things will be added unto you. Even the attaboys, even the good jobs from Papa, from Daddy, from Father God. That's who He is. We don't just sing about Him. We get to live this thing. It's not a song, emotional song, though it's a very emotional song, especially if you didn't have a good dad. You don't know how to connect emotionally. And sometimes you're singing it, you're just going through the motions. But if you'll just connect to the fact that He is a Father, He's a Father to all of us who are in Him. And He's the best. He always has every one of His intentions for us are always pure and great. And so He's always got our back. He's always trying to look out for us. In fact, Jeremiah 29:11 says that He knows the plans that He has for us. Right? So He has a plan. The fact that He's a dad who has a plan, I don't know about you, but when my kids came into the world, I was like, I don't even know what to do. Okay, well, I'll just take it day by day. I'll figure it out as I go. And my son just turned 21 yesterday, and guess what? I'm still figuring it out. But the fact is that God says, I have a plan for you, and it's not to harm you. As a matter of fact, it's for your good. It's to give you a future and a hope. He's got our future all lined out, planned out for us. It's a good future. It's an amazing future. It's to prosper us. It's to give us everything we need. Not everything we want, like this. Like the video we just watched, right? It's everything we need.
That's right.
Sometimes, though, He likes that little, it's like the bonus round. He gives us what we want, too. And then some, right? Maybe y'all have ever experienced the above and beyond, like God is like going, that could have only come from God.
That's right. Amen.
So if all those good things come from Him, and He's got a perfect plan for you, can you just set aside the fact that maybe your earthly dad wasn't that good or isn't that good, and just connect to who He is and understand that He's good. He can't be bad. Did you ever recognize that? God cannot be bad. He can only be good. I think that we go through this life, and I'm diverting far away from the message this morning. He can only be good to us. He has everything about you. He knows. He knows the good, the bad, the ugly, the uglier, and the ugliest. And He still says, I love you. He still says, come on. Let's go. Come on. If you're Michelle, you go, come on. Come on. But I will tell you that on Wednesday nights, we have been learning that. How many of you can attest to this? My Wednesday night crew can attest that we've learned through the last few weeks that our dads have had a really big impact on our lives. And it isn't always the best impact, right? But guess what we get to do? We get to change history. We get to be world changers, history makers. Because we're taking some time on Wednesday nights now. If you're not here, you don't understand. If you haven't been on a Wednesday night, that's why I want to encourage you to come. Because I'm taking these guys through some stuff that is wrecking them. I mean, there's not a dry eye for the last month and a half on Wednesday nights. And it's not because we're all in here going kumbaya and crying. That's pretty good though, right? Okay? My yoga instructor back there, she knows, right? We're getting deep. We're ripping away the layers of this heart right here. And we're getting to the core of it. We're figuring out that there's been some influence and some things going on in our lives that don't belong or didn't belong. But God is a healer. And there's a lot of healing going on. It's almost like we're having healing services on Wednesday nights. We're doing some stuff that is like radical. And people are sharing and being open, and people who I never thought would ever express themselves are now like, let me go, Pastor. Why? Because they're saying, I want to be free. And then they want to connect with who God is. So if you've not been on Wednesday night, I want to encourage you to come this Wednesday night. Because there's a couple things happening Wednesday, and we're kind of ending this part of it. So if you want to see something radical, come check this out. I want to take you to a place today, though, that I haven't preached in probably 3 years. And the last time I preached this, it stirred up an entire generation after generation of salvations. It went kind of backwards in route, but it went. The last time I preached this message, Miguel got saved. And then Frank got saved, and then Mary got saved, and then, my God, believe it or not, Raina got saved. It's amazing. And that just opened up so many other things, and they're still growing, and there's still stuff going on. But I recognize that this was a powerful message, so I want you to listen up. Have your ears in tune. Because this is a message that you can share with other people. It's a practical, realistic message. So if you have your Bibles, and hopefully you do, have it on your phone, go to the book of Luke, chapter 15, verse 11. We'll start there. Luke 15:11. You have your Bible, your phone, whatever you have, your iPad, get it open. I stopped saying satellite dish because I realized I was a little dating myself there. So it's your Fire Stick or whatever you need. You know. I learned this week that I can stream movies. I don't have to just go rent them. That's what I love about leading people to the Lord who are smarter than me. I don't have all the answers. Thank God you guys have a lot of answers. It's good. It says this. It's a story about the prodigal son. Taking you in a different direction though. Check this out. It says, there was once a man who had 2 sons. The younger says to his father, he says, hey Dad. It's today's message. Hey Dad. I want right now what's coming to me. I want right now what's coming to me down the road. How many of you have ever said to God, hey, I want what I want and I want it now? And God's saying, no, because I have the plan. I have your future lined out, right? I got it all set. You can't have what you want now, but I'll get it to you. And some of the things we want we don't need, or we shouldn't have either, because we totally wreck ourselves. But this kid right here, he goes to his dad and he says, hey, I want my inheritance right now. Kind of demanding even, right? And he says, verse 16, so the father, I'm sure after many thoughts and not watching this video, said, so the father divided the property between them, the 2 sons. Says, it wasn't long before the younger son packed his bags and left for a distant country. I mean, this kid got his money and he bounced. He's like, I got what I wanted. See ya. I don't need you anymore. Everybody else is in the distance or in the rearview mirror. I'm going to go and do my own thing. I'm going to go do my own plan. Can anybody connect with that one?
Yes.
Right? Some of us have driven that road a few times.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, somebody. It says, there, undisciplined and dissipated, he wasted everything that he had. I imagine it didn't take long. Because how many of you ever had $100 in your pocket? How quickly did you walk into Ross or to the mall? You walked out and you were like already on credit cards because the money went so quick. Right? We just go through stuff like this. We don't value things, you know. We don't look at wants versus needs. And that's just wisdom. But I start getting smarter and wiser. I started, watching TV this week. I rarely watch TV, but when I do, watch, I was going to come up with something I couldn't do. But when I do, I watch Dos Equis commercials. I noticed that there's like 50 commercials in between. It's literally like 15 minutes of show and 15 minutes of commercials. So it's all this stuff that they're trying to get you to buy. No wonder why people go broke. I mean, QVC has been around for a long time, and they keep growing and growing, Apparently people keep buying and buying. I know people who have housefuls of stuff that they've never opened before. That tells me they said, I want what I want, I want it now. I don't even know why I want it. I don't know what I'm going to do with it all, but I just want it. And it's this need, this desire that what I have is not enough. And I want you to know everything you have today is enough. It got you here. Nothing wrong with wanting more. But check your heart, check your motives for what you want, or why you want it, and who you're willing to let go to get it. After he had gone through all of his money, there was a bad famine all through that country, and he began to hurt. It says he signed on with one of the local guys, one of the citizens, who assigned to him his field to slop the pigs. He goes, hey, look, man, this guy's so down and out. He's like, he's lost it all. If you really study these things out, he was with a bunch of hookers, a bunch of people partying. I mean, he was in Long Beach, man. You know what I'm saying? He went downtown, right? He was living it up. The next thing you know, he's broke and he got nowhere to live and got nowhere to go. Now think about this. This was a kid, a young man, who lived in a palace, had everything handed to him, had servants, had his clothes washed, had his food made for him, had a big spread, and yet said, it's not enough. I need what I want, and I want it, and I want it now, and I'm going, and forget about all this. Some of you all need to look around and look what you got and see that what you got is more than enough.
That's right. That's right.
Come on. It's hard to shop in our house because, we look around and we go, we don't need any more. We have plenty. We're okay. I don't need to go just to try to impress you. If you're not impressed when you walk in my house, I'm okay with you not being impressed. That's your issue, not mine. Doesn't mean I don't have a nice house. It just means that something's wrong with your heart. Bring it back, Pastor. Bring it back. He was so hungry he would have eaten the corn cobs in the pig slop, but no one would give him any. That brought him to his senses. He's like, okay, wait a minute. I've hit rock bottom. I'm at my wit's end. I don't know about you. Been there, done that. The whole back row is like, yes, Pastor. You fortunate few up front, I realize that. Just kidding, you guys. I brought him to his senses, and he said, all those farmhands working for my father sit down to their meals 3 meals a day. And here, I'm standing here, and I'm starving to death. Something's wrong with this picture. I think he came to his senses, and he looked back, and he realized he had it pretty good.
That's right.
I know there's younger people in this room, and some of you are, not at home anymore, but you have it pretty good. I've been to third world countries. I've seen what it's like to live in a shack made of whatever material floats up on the ocean, on the beach that day, and they make houses out of it. That's how they live. And they scrounge for food. I'm telling you right now, you have it pretty dang good. We have it really good. One of these days, I would love to take us all over to one of these third world countries. And I'd really love to show you what it's like. Something I did as a dad growing up, when my kids were growing up, I took them, I threw them in a Suburban and loaded the back with all kinds of clothes and all kinds of goodies. And, well, first of all, let me back up. A couple weeks prior to Christmas, I took the kids down to Mexico. And my kids at that time, like, I was rolling and I was stupid with my money and I had all kinds of stuff. So all my kids knew was abundance. The wrong kind of abundance, but they were like, you know, they knew Dad had $100 bills stacked in his pocket. That's how he rolled. And so everything to them was like the guy said, money grows on trees. And so, but I took them down to Mexico and they're looking around, they're going, man, these trees are kind of bare. Whoa, the rims aren't so shiny on that thing. Something's wrong here. These people aren't dressed like we're dressed. And I just saw it at a very early age hit my kids' hearts. And they understood at that point that not everybody lives like we live. Not everybody has it like we have it. And it touched them, and I said, let's find a family and let's adopt them for Christmas. My kids were stoked. So we found this little mom and her 25 kids. We adopted them. We said, hey, I'm going to be back in 2 weeks. Okay. We came back 2 weeks later. We found that. We told them where to meet us at what time, and we met them there. And then here was the awesome part: is they all jumped into Suburban, and then we drove those little windy, little crazy, like as wide as the suburban roads to get to the top of the hill to their house. That was maybe 25% of the size of this stage, and there was a lot of people living in this place. They had this little burner, and they had the one bed they all slept on. The dog poop all over the place. I mean, it was gross. But my kids finally got an understanding and a realization of this is not how I want to live. But at the same time, it gave them a heart for people. And now those two kids, when they see somebody in need, it's interesting as an adult to watch them. They'll pull money out of their own pockets and they'll go give people money and they'll share that stuff with them. It's because as a dad took them to the place where, look, this isn't reality. This is reality. And the reality is that we all have it really good. Really good. So he says, you know what? I'm starving, man. I'm going to go back to my dad and say, hey, Dad, I've done you wrong. I've sinned against God and I've sinned against you. I don't deserve to be called your son. He goes into this whole woe is me, like, you know, victim mentality. I'm not even worthy to be your son. I don't know what to do. And, you know, the whole thing to do here is just to repent. Just to say, I'm sorry. And he got right up and he went home to his dad. And when he was just down the road and his dad sees him for the very first time, it says when he was still a long way off, his father saw him and his heart was pounding. And his dad ran out to him and embraced him. I want you to know something about Jewish men back then. To run after and towards somebody, that was not what dads did. That's not what the men did. As a matter of fact, the men wore these long, like, you know, you see them in the movies, the long gowns or whatever they're called. You know? He lifted up that thing so he could run. His dad took the position of humility. His dad said, I don't care what everybody else says. He's coming home. He's coming home. I see my son. And when you come into church, he sees you and he says, yes, my son, my daughter, she is coming home. See, when you come to know Jesus, he sees you coming down the road already. You know how he knows? Because he's the one who paved the road. And when he sees you coming, he's running after you. And what I find interesting about this whole thing is that we'll do this. We'll turn and run away from God when he's running towards us in our most desperate time of need. Because we're going to go figure it out on our own. There comes this moment where you have to just go, wait a minute, I don't have the answers. I don't know what to do. But my dad does. And I'm just going to run towards him. Because when I get there, it's going to be on and cracking. And when he rolls in, his dad sees him and he yells, he goes, hey, start a party, start a barbecue. Immediately, he's like, clean this kid up. puts a ring on his finger. Says, come on, come back into the family. He celebrates that his son has come home. And when you come to the altar, and when you come to give your life to Jesus, you know, the Bible says in John 14:6, it says, no man comes to the Father except through me. And it's just Jesus talking. It says, when you're running to Dad, you come into me first. And then you go into Dad. And then it's going to be a celebration and a party. And the Bible says this, that all of heaven rejoices. There's a celebration going on. And I'm sure Jesus is probably going, okay, he's running to Dad. Everybody get ready, get ready. Here comes the party. But we don't think of it like that. We think of heaven and God as this judge on a throne who he sees us coming and he's like, I'm going to tell you all the things that you did wrong. How dare you leave? How dare you do all these things? You were sleeping with prostitutes and doing dope and drinking and doing all this stuff and start to pick it. That's not who God is. I want you to know that's not who God is. I imagine he's not too excited about the things that we go and do because of the plan and purpose that he has for our lives. But he looks at us and he sees us running towards him. And I can tell you this, the Bible says that he honors those who diligently seek him. He rewards those who diligently seek him. Amen. And that son was diligently seeking his father that day. And right when he got there, he got the reward. That's right. Come on in. And what happened was the other son's like, he's out, he's slaving in the field, he's working, he's doing all this stuff. He's like, man, I hear some stuff happening. And he goes in the house and he's like, what's going on? What's the party for? And Dad's like, hey, your brother came home. The other son's like, wait a minute. You're throwing a party for this guy who went out doing all the parties. Isn't that kind of backwards? Like, shouldn't you be like shaming him right now? No. The son was once lost, but now he's found. And the other son's like goes, forget this, man. He bounces. He's like, I can't even handle this. And you know, that's just like the Pharisees. And it's just like religious people. And it's just like people in church today. We see somebody who, in and out of church, doing their thing. We see them on Facebook doing their thing. And all of a sudden, they start coming to church. All of a sudden, they come up to the altar, and we're like, yeah, see if they show up at the altar again. You know, or we'll start judging people. We'll start, look, man, if that person was lost and they got found, we ought to be, as a church, celebrating. Right. When your neighbors get saved, or when somebody gets saved, there ought to be a shout in the house. Yeah. There ought to be a party going on. Amen. Because that was once lost is now found. That means they left it, and now they came back. Yeah. Let's get excited about that. Let's not go, yeah, whatever. Flavor of the week. We got to get excited when people come to the house, man. This is a good thing. And when people come to the altar and they don't know Jesus and they come up here and they go, hey, wait a minute, I got to know, I want to know. I've been out doing my thing, but now I know I need to do something different. We need to surround those people. Lift them up. Encourage them. Because that's what our dad does. And we're to imitate him. A few things I caught through this, though, was the word prodigal. It doesn't mean rebellious or lost. The word prodigal means wasteful. Wasteful. And I think that all of us at some point, maybe even as of yesterday, were probably wasteful with what God's given us. And then we come here and it's time to give an offering. We got nothing to give because we've been the prodigal son or daughter. Let that sink into your soul. See, we have a lot of things that we waste money on. We have a lot of things that we waste our time on. So at some point, all of us are prodigals. The good news is that Dad's always there. He's never judging. He's just loving us, man. But it's about time we stop being prodigal. It's about time we start realizing I'm in the house of God, man. I'm in heaven. I have a heavenly Father who loves me, who gave his life for me. Now I'm going to give mine for his. And when the prodigal son asked for his inheritance, it was like telling his father this. It was like telling him, in those times, in Jewish times, it was this: I wish you were dead. He was saying, I don't need you anymore. I wish you would just peace out. And as I was, I do this on Sunday mornings, believe it or not, I look for inspiration on Facebook. Because I know God always uses it for some reason to give me something. And today I saw, and I was reading through stuff, and everybody's celebrating their dads, and that's exciting to me. Gets me pumped up, and I love that. But then I saw this one person said, I wish this day would hurry up and get over with, and just get on to the next day. See, that tells me there's something going on between them and the dad. Either he wasn't there, wasn't in their life, whatever it was. But we need to realize this, man. We got a good Father. He's nothing but good. He's amazing. His love is amazing. His grace is amazing. There's nothing bad about that. I couldn't do life without him, nor would I want to. So I don't know what your daddy issues are today. And all you gotta go, when you get out of here, and you can get in your car, or you get to your house, and you're by yourself, just go, hey Dad, I love you. Happy Father's Day. Because I don't know how many times God has chased us down or put things in our way to help us, to keep us from falling flat on our face or to be dead. How He's changed up things for us. Put angels in the way so that we wouldn't end up where we deserve. Don't be the kid who's like, yeah, I don't need you. I'll figure it out on my own. Because that's like telling God, I wish you were dead. I wish you would have never come into my life. And I believe this about you guys, that none of you would ever say that to God. So get yourself to the place where it's a dependency. Remember when you were little kids and everything was dependent upon mom and dad? Everything was... Some of you got little kids, they just look at you like, well, where are we going? What are we doing? We got to get back to that childlike faith. We got to get back to that place where we recognize that we need God. That we need Him as a Father. Especially for those of us who didn't have the greatest dads in the world. But I also want you to have compassion for the men who are in your lives. Because not all of them knew what you know today. We look at the prodigal son when he was done partying and he found himself alone and hungry. And he was feeding the pigs. You've got to look at why that's so significant. It's because in Jewish culture, pigs were unclean. So the fact that he had to go to he chose to be with unclean pigs says something. It says that he was at rock bottom. He was going where he said he would never go before, and he ended up there. And if you're not careful, the places you say you never go, guess what? You'll end up. Because I know there's many of you in here who have ended up in places you never thought you'd be, me included. But God, and thank God for His plan. That it doesn't harm me, but it prospers me. That it gave me a future and it gave me my hope, man. So good, He's so good. And I don't have to be at the rock bottom, I can be rock top. Understand that? We go from rock bottom to the top of the rock because He's the rock. We get our feet firmly planted on the rock, man. And the prodigal son decides to head home thinking that maybe his father would receive him as a servant. It's proof that the son didn't understand the deep depth of his father's love and compassion. We need to have love and compassion for people, guys. Your dad may have never said, I love you like mine. But that doesn't mean that that's who I have to be. That doesn't mean that's who you have to be. Because if God is full of love and compassion, He's full of grace and He's full of mercy. And He's in you. Guess what you have the ability to do? Have love, compassion, mercy, grace. I'm going to challenge you guys here in a minute. But know this, that He also gave His father, or He gave His son a ring. And wearing rings during that time in history was a sign of both wealth and position. Wealth and position. Future, hope, abundance. All these words should be ringing with you. Why? Because we talk about it from here all the time. You all have wealth. You know God. Most of you. You're more wealthier than anybody else. And you have a position, the Bible says, that we are seated in heavenly places. And we've been adopted into the family of God. I don't know about you, I was adopted, so I understand adoption. But I also understand hanging around the wrong people and getting to a place of being with all the right people. I went from living with coconuts to living with people who know Jesus. And you can't get me out of this family. I'm here forever. I've been adopted into the family of God.
Right. Amen.
That's the most amazing feeling that there is to know that I've been adopted. He saw something in me that had value.
That's right. He
He saw something in me that He wanted to use. He saw something in me that said, I want to love that guy. He sees the same thing in all of us, in all of you. He's put a ring on your finger. You're the bride. Brides always get rings, right? He's the husband. You get a ring. You've got a ring to say, I want you to be mine forever. So I want to challenge you with this today. Let me ask you this. Did you get something out of that today? Somebody?
Yeah.
Very good. Applaud God, okay? God the goodness for that. Well, here's what I want to challenge you to do. I've already done this morning, so I wouldn't ask you to do something that I haven't done. I've called the dads in my life this morning. I've told them, Happy Father's Day. I want to challenge you to do this. I want you to go against the grain this morning. If you have the ability to, unless your dad has passed away. I want you to go to your dad today and say Happy Father's Day. Because I will tell you this, it will turn something in his heart. It will turn something in his life to see that somebody still cares about him. Because I can tell you this as a dad, that when my kids aren't talking to me, it hurts. It really hurts. But when I get a text message from my daughter, who's not talking to me except for through text, I'm like, yes. There's something that stirs up in me. It rises up in me and goes, yay. I have a daughter who isn't my biological daughter, but if she got up at 4 o'clock this morning, God bless her, and sent me a message on Facebook because she was trying to make it public and she wanted everybody to know that I'm her dad. And she said, I couldn't write this on your page, but I want you to know Happy Father's Day and I love you. Rock my world. Go rock somebody's world today. Go bless somebody. You're blessed to be a blessing. You have more than enough. Come on. What if your dad doesn't know Jesus? And what if this was the opportunity for you to be the only Jesus he encounters? How about if you told your dad today, hey, Dad, I love you. Because see, we're filled with love and compassion. Though you may not feel love towards your dad because of whatever's happened, feelings are just feelings. What if we imitated our Father who says, I love you regardless.
Amen.
How about if we just start loving people regardless, especially those who gave us life? Because let me tell you something, without your dad, you wouldn't be here today. It's true. So he had something to do with your life. Whether it was bad, all that, I don't know. I sense like there's like this heavy thing with dads because I see what happens on Wednesday nights, and we're all jacked up. Because the heritage and the lineage and everything behind us was jacked up. Guess what? You get to be the life-changing experience for him. To say, hey, you know what? Let me encourage you. Let me lift you up today. It's one day out of the other 364. Take this one day and say, hey, Dad, I love you. Happy Father's Day. And then, the biggest one. How about if you just say, hey, Dad, I forgive you. I forgive you, Dad. You want to make a Father's Day? You want to make his Father's Day? And maybe some of that forgiveness just needs to happen because it needs to happen for you.
That's right.
And maybe your dad's not around, you have no way to get a hold of him. God, I just forgive my dad today. I want to be free from all this stupid stuff. It has no value. Can I challenge you to those three things today? Happy Father's Day. I love you. And if you need to, I forgive you. Do you know as a dad we need those three words? I forgive you. Do you know how much pressure there is to be a good dad? Do you know the weight that's on our shoulders to be these knights in shining armor? These guys who are just the complete 100% pure example? There's a lot. So what if we went and took the pressure off of some guys today? And we said, hey, I love you. I forgive you. It's okay. You don't have to be bound by what's happened to you anymore. You can be set free through this whole entire experience. And even so, set that guy free. Because that's who lives in you is the freedom God. Jesus. He sets captives free. So how about go set some people, some captives free today? Because I can tell you this, there's guys in your lives, the men who who are either your biological dad, who say that they're your dads. They have pain. Because they know deep down inside them, when they look in the mirror, they see who they really are. And they know the mistakes. They know the faults. They've seen all the stuff. That you don't think that we don't sit back and go, I wish I would have done that better. I wish I could have done that. I wish I could have provided that. I wish. What makes you so big and bad and holier than thou that you can't just say, hey man, I'm sorry.
That's right.
I love you. I forgive you. Come on.
That's right.
I told you I want this to be a supernatural church. And to be supernatural means we got to go against the grain. That means we got to live outside the box. That means we got to go do things that most people wouldn't do. We got to go live a life that most people don't get to live. See, we get to do these things. But the longer you hold on to all this stuff, the longer you're in the box. And I look at that box as a coffin, you're just waiting to die. So I don't know what your hey dad statement is today, but make a statement today. Make your statement today that you're going to go to your dad and go, hey dad, whatever it is, eyes closed, heads bowed. Just take a minute now. Think about what your statement would be. Don't trip out and flip out inside your heart and your mind going, oh my gosh, what's going to happen? What's he going to say? Who cares? It's all about what you say. You want to honor God today on Father's Day for who he is? You want to honor our Heavenly Father and go be just like him. Go imitate him today. Because I remember there was a time when God said to you, I forgive you. I remember there's a time, almost every day, all day long, God says, I love you. And he says to you all day, every time you wake up, every time you go to sleep, and every time you go through your day, he says, hey son, hey daughter, I love you. I love you. And see, it wasn't about that the son was prodigal, it was about the fact that the father was running. I think this, if I had to do, if I could flip it, I'll talk to God one day and I'll say, hey, maybe we should retitle that The Running Father versus The Prodigal Son, because the father ran towards him. Let that be a check in your spirit today. Say, God, expose my heart. Let me be vulnerable. Open me up, like Amy was talking about. Let me be more like you, less like me. If you're in this place today and you've never had a relationship with God, maybe God brought you here today just because that's exactly what he wanted to do with you. He wanted to get you into a right relationship with him. You just pop your hand up in the air and say, I'd like a right relationship with God today. I want to know that if I die, I know where I'm going, I know who I'm going with. If that's you today, will you just pop your hand in the air? Say, hey, I don't know where I'm going, but I want to know now. I want a relationship with God. And that's through his son, Jesus. Come on, anybody? So maybe this. So maybe you're the one who's been squandering and being prodigal and getting your stuff out and about, everywhere but around God. Today you would say, Pastor, I'm the prodigal kid. I'm the one who's been running amok and doing the things that I shouldn't be doing, but I want to come back down that path. I want to get back right with God. If that's you today, will you just pop your hand in the air? I've just been running. I've just been running. I want to get it back right. Good. I like when people are on the right track. That means I'm doing my job. God's doing his. So, you guys can look up for a second. How many of you, because I like accountability, how many of you are willing to say, I'm willing to be vulnerable and open today, and make a call or make a text today, get outside my box? Come on. Willing? Okay, cool. Here's what I'm excited about. I'm excited about what God's going to do with that willingness today. Because I know this is going to be a growth moment for you. God doesn't want us stagnant. He wants us to grow in him. So have fun. I'm excited. If you want to grow even more, if you want to learn more about how to have a deeper relationship with God, Wednesday nights. If you're here on Wednesday nights, raise your hand. Look around you. There's more than this even. You'll get your world rocked. Amen, guys?
Yes.
Right? So roll in. And then this Thursday night, for the men only, Fight Club, Thursday night, 7 p.m., Starbucks at Magnolia and Broadway. Okay? So roll out for that. Other than that, have an amazing rest of your day. God loves you. May he keep you. May he have his face, the light of God shine upon your face. And you know what's interesting is that I prayed that last week. Then we went to the picnic. And come on, you guys know from all the Long Beach crew that was there, our little spot where we were sitting, or where we were in the grass, was the only place that the sun was shining.
That's right.
And it was shining right towards our faces, and I figured, God honored that prayer. And you guys, I'm not just going through the motions. I really want God to shine his glory on your face. Why? Because we reflect who he is. So go reflect who he is this week. Go be who he's called you to be. Go shine your light so bright that people go, dang, dude, what's going on with you? Well, let me tell you, it's not the light on me, it's the light in me. Come on.
Amen.
Amen? So, Father, thanks for everybody here. Thanks for just a great message today. Lord, we honor you. We bless you. You are a good, good Father. Thank you that we are loved by you. Man, that is a statement in itself. So we bless you. I bless everybody in this house today. May you all experience abundance this week in your health, in your wealth, in your relationships. May everywhere that you go prosper. May you be a light that shines in every area that you walk into this week. Everything your hands touch, let it prosper. May you be a blessing to others this week. And for the Hernandez family, I just pray a blessing over you this week. I pray that God would just reveal himself to you in a way that is just radical. That you guys would experience abundance. You would experience blessings this week. I thank you for your daughter. And I just really God, I'm asking you just to really bless these folks this week. Or just have your hand upon them, protect them as they go around and enjoy the area. Just love on them extra special this week, though. If you agree with all that, you said.